By now you should have made your Mindomo account and username, and what we're going to do right now is log in. Once you log in, you'll actually come to this screen right here. Most places, and I don't know what Mindomo necessarily calls it, but most places would call it your dashboard. It's your dashboard because you get to see all of the different things that you can do within the program. Remember, this is all online. However, you'll see that there's this button right here called desktop, and if you click on that, it gives you some information about how you can take all this online software and kind of pull it back onto your computer if you'd like. You can make it a desktop running software that you can then upload certain things to the Mindomo server. It's a great thing to think about if you like to do a lot of work from home and you don't necessarily have internet access from home, or you're worried about a squirrel chewing through your internet connection, whatever it is. But let's just take a look at some of the other options that are up along the top of that Mindomo menu up there. If you click on home, that brings you back to that dashboard that I was talking about, this section right here that we're looking at. The home is the dashboard section. My account literally is just going to tell you about the things that are within the account, what you can look around at in terms of changing your settings, your name, your password, all that stuff. And then browse actually is fairly neat. Browse is a section where you can take a look around everybody else's Mindomo maps that they have created. Whether you have taken a look around this or not yet, whether you've discovered or not, Mindomo is a mind mapping software. There's software called Mind Mapper and FreeMind and MindJet and all kinds of things that are mind mapping software. Really all they are flow chart creators. Very simple flow chart creators. You can take things that are in your mind and just kind of spit them onto the digital paper there. Very rapid fire style. So as you can see here, I could scroll down here and kind of take a look through all the different things. I could take a look at Henry VIII mind map that somebody created and then made public for everybody else to take a look at. And if you took a look at that, you could see all the different branches that she made. It might be a fantastic resource for you if you actually find yourself teaching something about Henry VIII. This is definitely a place that you might want to take a look through before you run around trying to create your own stuff. Help is just that. It's going to help you. It's like frequently asked questions. We won't even take a look at that. Forums really provide you with a way to talk with other people about what they're creating, obstacles that they get past in Mindomo, that sort of thing. We're going to head back to the dashboard here by clicking on home. As you can see, this is my generic dashboard. It looks probably a lot like yours because in my generic Mindomo account there really isn't much in here. We've got this little pretend Mindomo map in here that we could take a look at in a little bit, but there's not much to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to just start from scratch and we're going to make a brand new one. Along the line here you see it says new, open. You can upload other mind maps that maybe you have created in MindJet or FreeMind, so on and so forth. Your desktop applications that you want to upload to this. And the other thing is more actions right here. And if you click on this, you'll see that it also has the capability of sharing, much like those Google Docs, so that you can actually share this and make this more of a collaborative resource. And that's part of the reason why I'm sharing this with you, is that Mindomo isn't just a mind mapping software like Inspiration or Kidspiration. It's a mind mapping software that you can actually share with other people. So if you want to collaborate with them, work together with them, have students actually come together and work together, that's really what this is all about. Let's go ahead and make that new document now though. It has loaded this brand new document for me, and it has given me a tip here by saying that this central part should be my central topic. So I can just delete this and call this Digital Utilities. And once I call it Digital Utilities, Digital Util, whatever I just called it, we are in business. You can see up on the top up here, actually if you use the new Microsoft applications like Microsoft 2007, Word or PowerPoint, they actually use panels in the same facet that they do. basically you can pick from any of these 5 tabs along the top, which are Home, Insert, Format, Review, and View. When you click on them, they give you the basic tools that go with that specific menu item. So if I'm at Home, you can see that right here, if I hover over this, each one of these tools actually gives me a hint as to what I can do with that tool. For instance, if I want to insert a subtopic under digital utilities, I could click on that and it's going to give me this child node, we might call it. In a lot of other mind mapping programs, they call them nodes, and they refer to them as children and parents. And you can kind of think about that in a way as very much like a family tree. If you've got these parents, the grandparents, the children, each one of those is kind of a matriculation of the parent all the way down to the offspring. So digital utilities teaches us a little bit about Google. It also teaches us a little bit about, well, Mindomo, so I could go back, click on digital utilities over here, and then hit the subtopic again. Or if I were still messing around with or playing around with this Google node, I could just hit the enter button. That's all I need to do. If I just hit enter, I create a secondary or another subtopic. So I can put in Mindomo here. And if I want to make a third one, like so, let's say we were going to talk about FreeMind for some reason. In some of my classes I do. And hit enter again. Sometimes hit enter twice because the first time you hit enter it just solidifies that you're finished typing the text. And then when you hit enter again, it actually creates that subtopic for you. So the last thing that I'm going to type in here is the Apex project. You'll notice I spelled Apex and it did not correct me at all because the spelling isn't necessarily built in here like it is with the Microsoft Word or so on. You'll notice that I didn't spell Apex correctly and nothing got corrected in here, which kind of indicates to us be careful because there isn't a word spell check built right into this program. You can actually get to it, but it doesn't underline it with the red squiggly lines, so it can be a little bit dangerous. Let's take a very quick look at how you might go through or go about actually doing the spell check. If you go back up to the menu section up here, remember those 5 menu items? If you go to review, there's a very small, very simple section of reviewing processes. One of them is the spell check. You can click on the spell check. This is within the proofing category here, or you can pick the map properties.